where we celebrate foods of all kinds. Today, we are going to focus on my favorite types of food, sweet treats. One of my favorites is the beloved donut. I love them because they come in all different flavors. Today, I have a special guest with us to talk about the history of the donut. Allow me to introduce Sprinkle the donut. I met Sprinkle at the bakery where I picked up this wonderful plate of donuts.
Hello, it's great to be here with you, Miss Wendell.
That's sweet of you.
Well, it is all about the sugar, you know.
Well, we're going to talk about the history of donuts. Did you know the donut was first brought to America by...
Excuse me, Miss W., but I happen to be an expert on the subject. Would you mind if I took a stab at this?
Of course not. Please, go ahead.
Well, as she was saying, the donut has been around for centuries. But how did we become the popular treat that we are today? The donut has been here ever since the Dutch first came to America in the 19th century. But it didn't have a hole. How did it get that hole? As the story goes, in 1847, a brave sea captain named Hanson Gregory was steering his ship through a storm. Apparently, he could not hold his donut while steering at the same time and skewered the donut over a spoke on the ship's wheel. Voila, a hole! In the 1920s, the donut moved on to mass production, and the first automated donut machine was invented. In the 1940s and 50s, stores like Krispy Kreme and Dunkin' Donuts opened and started selling donuts as a breakfast item. Today, the donut has seen a rise in popularity, not just as an affordable comfort food, but as a gourmet item crafted and celebrated in unique ways across the country, with distinctive flavors such as maple bacon, lemon buttermilk, and chocolate hazelnut. The donut has transcended its simple beginnings and risen to a new level of pastry enjoyed at any time of the day all over the world.
Well, thank you for explaining all that to us, Sprinkles.
No problem. I just wanted you to get the whole truth. Get it? Whole.
Well, it's time to get started on the art lesson.
You aren't going to eat that, are you?
No. Welcome to the demonstration table. So we are focusing on sweet treats, and we are going to first start off with donuts, but I also have some extra sweet treats that I'm pretty fond of, and I'm going to show you how to draw those as well if you want to do some extra sweets and create your own sort of sweet shop at your house. So here are the donuts, my example that I finished. I did 6 donuts. And these 6 donuts are based on an artist from South Korea called Jae-young Kim. Jae-young Kim does these beautiful ceramic donuts, and he does massive amounts of these, and he hangs them on the wall. And I put some wonderful examples on the website for you to check out and get inspired by. So when you start designing your donuts, you can design them in a way that gives homage to Jae-young Kim's work. So the way I get started is I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to do a total of 6 donuts. And you can do round ones. Some of his are square. Notice that when I do a round or a square, it's very soft and fluffy. And you do the center of the donut. The square has more of a center-like center. Some of them are heart-shaped, which I think are really interesting. Do another round one. And he also does these that sort of look like Mickey Mouse ear donuts, which I thought was kind of fun and kitschy. Once I get that done, I can start planning out on how to decorate my donuts. And from there, you just go wild. You think about the glazing, the sprinkles. I kind of like to get it laid out first. You have the option of outlining once you get all your layout done, but you don't have to. You can start coloring with your markers or with crayons. Please work with whatever you have at home, but come up with some really interesting designs. You know, the glaze doesn't have to cover up the whole donut. I like to see the donut partial, and I love the use of his polka dots. We all know how to do polka dots. And if you work with markers, it's really great to layer your markers. You can see I used a light blue and then a dark blue in the center. So your color choices are very important when you do donuts because you want them to be appealing and look delicious. So that is the donut sweets that you could do. Another lesson is the ice cream lesson. And this is taking some of my favorite summer treats. A couple of sugar cone, waffle cone, and a popsicle. And I just take my paper and I'm going to fold that into 3 sections, like so. And from there you can get started. I put the popsicle as just a rounded rectangle, sort of take a little bite out of it. And then the handle. Ice cream, sort of like a lumpy cloud, sitting on top of a cone. This one is a little bit a little trickier, but really it's just 2 soft pillows when you think about it. One pillow here, another pillow, and it goes up to a peak. And then you go back down, straight across. And then you're going to do that waffle cone, which is a little bit of a stretched out rectangle, fat rectangle, and then sort of a rectangle or trapezoid at the bottom. And then from there you can color it. You can make it look like it's been chocolate dipped. Don't forget the details of that sort of weather vane or diamond pattern of the cones. That's real important to add those details. But the examples are there for you to constantly refer to. You can add sprinkles. This is a blueberry ice cream with little blueberries in it. So that's one ice cream thing that you could do. This one's one of my favorites. Is called the Hot Fudge Sundae. This one is not hard to do either, so I'm going to really quickly go over the instructions for that one. I start off with making sort of a VU. It's kind of a combination of a U and a V because it's soft here at the bottom. I go straight across. And then it's very similar to this shape, these puffy clouds. So it's like 1, 2 and a peak, another soft kind of cloud-like curve, and then another one. And then this is the whipped cream. And then you can do your nuts. You could do a cherry on the top, and then the goopy chocolate coming down the glass of the Hot Fudge Sundae, and then the bottom. And then you can create some highlights so that it looks like it's made out of glass. And from there you just outline and color in your Hot Fudge Sundae. Some people like to add a cookie to their Hot Fudge Sundaes. Hot Fudge Sundaes are fun to make. I love making Hot Fudge Sundaes. It makes me very anxious for summer and being outside and enjoying ice cream. And last but not least is the creamy. So we're big fans of creamies here in New England. Maple creamies are one of my favorite treats in the summer. So this cone is pretty easy to do. I'm going to start off with a skinny rectangle, then a thicker rectangle. This is the base of the cone, and then the bottom of the cone, right? Simple. Then again, very similar to the other types of ice creams that we've just done. This one has a couple of clouds, or it looks like a backwards B. Then the tip of it, and then you go back down again like this. Now, to get those swirls, I just go from one point to another point and just kind of add those in. So it looks like it's been swirled up. And this gets separated. Maybe this one only gets separated twice. So it's 3 sections. And there, that's how you make it look kind of swirly. And you could always add a little bit more if you feel like you need that. Outline in black Sharpie. Color it. Notice how I colored this one in different tones of yellow to create that sort of mapley flavoring. So I'm looking forward to seeing your work. Please share out. Look at the examples that I have posted on that website. I can't wait to see all your delicious treats. Have fun with Food Week.